Underwriting for the closed captioning of NewsCenter 6 is provided by ENT Hearing Services of Bluefield, Robert B. Miller, M.D. Live from the region's #1 news team, Sherry McGraw, Kevin McGraw, Stan Sweets Weather, Woody Morgan Sports. This is NewsCenter 6 at 6.
Good evening. Another weekend, another winter storm watch.
And this could prove maybe to be the nastiest one yet.
We're not quite sure what's exactly going to happen. Snow's going to be out there to contend with, bitter cold temperatures and high winds as well.
Stan's here to give us an early indication of what we might be facing. Stan, does it have the potential to be
ask me where I've been.
You've been out in the wind.
Yeah. Really kicking up, and on top of all that, we have a winter weather advisory in effect tonight and tomorrow, because it looks like we're going to get some action. And let me just show you right now, let me show you how close it is. Now here's the next rad. This is the newest radar out of Charleston, and you can see the band of precipitation. Now if you go over to Huntington, you'll find there's rain, and of course when you go up north to Clarksburg and Parkersburg, it's turned to snow already. Now that is heading down our way. It hasn't hit our particular broadcasting area, but depend on it, folks, it will be here, and we'll tell you all about snow amounts and that sort of thing when we come back in about 10 minutes.
Okay, it's hard to believe, as nice of a day as we had today, that this is all coming.
It's hard to believe.
But it is.
Thank you, Stan.
Okay, thanks, Stan. It seems that folks have had plenty of fair warning about this storm.
Yes, they have. Chris Duvall is here to tell us now that residents have been stockpiling up on supplies all day long. Chris?
Well, that's right, Kevin and Sherry. This winter's been so mild that people have been expecting something big all along. However, if this is the big one, then people are determined to stock up. Because of the mountainous terrain, anyone who lives in the two Virginias knows that severe winter weather can be extremely hazardous. A winter storm moving out of the Tennessee Valley tonight is intensifying rapidly and is expected to bring heavy snow, high winds, and freezing temperatures to our area. Even though the sun was shining brightly earlier today, Mercer County residents were squirreling away the essentials.
We're having a real good morning, snow scare's got everybody scared. Everybody's coming in and getting groceries.
Just kind of worried about if the storm's going to hit us tonight. I understand that the snow's already hitting the turnpike, and I got a feeling it might be hitting us here soon.
Bread and eggs, milk, a few things like that.
Yeah, all the bare necessities.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Also got some chewing tobacco.
Well, you know, man has to have a few things, a few pleasures.
Stocking up on food shouldn't be your only concern. An ample supply of heating fuel and medicine is a must. Especially when you're on life-threatening blood pressure medicines and stuff, and various types like that, it is very important that you keep at least a couple days ahead of the weather. If you absolutely have to travel, preparation is the key.
Make sure that the operation of the vehicle is in top operating condition, checking lights, checking batteries, checking belts, making sure that all those sorts of things are taken care of.
Having a few basic items in your vehicle could be the difference in a life-threatening situation.
A set of jumper cables. We recommend a blanket just in case you would break down or get stranded. Have a wool blanket and a first aid kit just in case you would become injured or ill or something like that.
In a worst-case scenario, such as an extended power outage, emergency services personnel are standing by.
We have our shelters ready to be opened if we need them. The highway crews are preparing today. They're repairing all of their trucks, and they have plenty of chemicals, so we're ready to move if we get the snow.
Well, again, depending upon where you live, this could be the worst storm yet this year, or it could just pass by with barely a second glance. And now here's Susan Pavley to tell you about some folks who will be affected very differently by this storm.
A winter storm can cause problems for anyone, but imagine getting married in the middle of a major snowstorm. That's what may happen to Angel Miller and Shane Sheets. The two are getting married tomorrow afternoon in Bluefield, Virginia. However, the best man, groomsman, and the flower girl are all traveling in the day of the wedding from Charlotte, North Carolina. Needless to say, Angel is worried.
It didn't really affect us because we came in last night, so we sort of avoided it all. But his relatives are coming in tomorrow, the day of the wedding. And so that's not too good. We didn't realize that we were going to have this big storm coming, or we would have told them ahead of time.
The mail service can also be hindered by the rough weather. To ensure that your mail hits its destination point, here's a few tips. Postal workers will not deliver the mail if there are icy steps or sidewalks that may endanger them. Therefore, make sure all walkways leading to your mailbox are kept clear of snow or ice by shoveling and using salt. Our furry friends also need some extra attention during cold weather. Last year's major snowstorm was deadly for area cattle that were unable to get to food and water.
They should make some provision for the water not to freeze or to replenish the water 3 or 4 times a day. Because if it freezes, they won't be able to get fluids and be much more susceptible to the hypothermia.
By taking these extra few steps during winter weather, the only bad memories you will have of a snowstorm will soon melt away. In Raleigh County, Susan Pavley, NewsCenter 6.
Of any age through the adult system for certain crimes. I'm Penny Moss. I'll have that story coming up.
Heard about the new Mega Meals for One at KFC?
No.
Oh, we've been kind of busy. Well, choose your favorite chicken.
Roasted.
Fried. Choose any 3 side dishes like macaroni and cheese, barbecue baked beans, mashed. Could you pass me a biscuit? Okay, and how about a delicious dessert? How much? $3.99.
For all this?
Yep, $3.99.
I may never cook again.
That's cool. Easy, Fred. The new Mega Meal for One at KFC. We challenge anybody to give you more meal for your money.
At Cole Chevrolet Cadillac Geo in Bluefield, we're out to break all sales records in 1995. Buy any new Chevy or Geo in stock with 0 cash down.
Get a 95 Geo Metro, 0 down, $169 a month. A 95 Geo Tracker 4x4 or a 95 Chevy S-Series Extended Cab with the LS package, your choice, $11,999 or 0 down, $254 a month.
0 cash down delivers on new Chevys and Geos at Cole Chevrolet Cadillac Geo in Bluefield. I'm Charlie Cole, and I want your business.
Tonight, all-new arresting television with unsolved mysteries now on Friday. Unlock the amazing secrets of the psychic mind.
Oh, my God.
From dark premonitions to mysterious kinetic powers. Then, on Dateline, a neighborhood feud pushed one family right out of their own home. But how did it happen? And on Homicide, as 3 cops fight for their lives, the manhunt begins.
Bang, bang, bang! Is that what you did? You're lying!
A powerful new Homicide after Unsolved and Dateline. All new arresting television, NBC tonight.
Thank you. It's here. And buffalo wings.
There's something new from Pizza Hut.
I'm not eating any buffalo's wings. Buffaloes are an endangered species. If they're endangered, why are we eating them?
Well,
My dad's back is hairy like a buffalo.
Thanks for sharing.
How do they fly with these little wings?
They don't fly at all.
Thanks to people like you, Dad.
Buffalo wings, hot or mild, either way, just $4 for a dozen delicious wings.
Tastes just like chicken.
Thank you.
You'll love the stuff we're made of.
Tracy Lippert is not going to go to jail without putting up a fight. Lippert's attorney, Paul Detch, filed an appeal on behalf of his client. He says Lippert's punishment was too harsh, considering she was convicted on misdemeanor charges. Those convictions, you recall, were for Lippert's attack on Rodney Weichel and his wife Lynn, and the alleged plan to kill the entire Weichel family. Tracy Lippert is free on bond pending the appeal.
A Summers County man charged with first-degree murder has pleaded guilty to lesser charges. William Jones of Hinton is accused of killing Edward Butt. He believed Butt was molesting his stepchildren. The prosecution agreed to a plea bargain that reduced those charges to voluntary manslaughter because the state had no witnesses and no weapon. And the West Virginia Supreme Court says it will not allow a Wyoming County woman to be free on bail while she appeals her conviction. 23-year-old Angie Miller was convicted of murder in the shooting death of 39-year-old Jerry White at Tucky's Bar in Allen Junction. She was sentenced to life in prison without parole. She claims 34 errors were made in her trial, including the exclusion of evidence that the victim had threatened her.
Imagine, if you can, an 8-year-old boy going to the state penitentiary. As NewsCenter 6's Penny Moss reports, that's what could happen if a juvenile crime bill under consideration becomes law.
Defense attorney David Smith has represented a number of juvenile clients. He says the majority of them are just kids who've gotten off track. If those same kids had been sent through the adult system, he says, their futures would be very different.
What you're doing is you're talking about destroying this individual's life, this child's life, and making them a burden upon society for the rest of their years, essentially, because once these kids come out of the penitentiary, they will be criminals.
Members of the Senate Judiciary Committee have upped the ante for juveniles charged with murder, robbery with a firearm, kidnapping, arson, sexual assault, and treason. The original bill would have applied to juveniles 14 and older, but the committee struck the age limit and sent the bill to the full Senate. Mercer County Prosecutor Charlie Smith agrees the current system needs more punitive powers, but he says any changes need built-in flexibility.
It may be a little harsh for me because, let's say, you know, there's, I would have a hard time dealing with an 8-year-old in that respect. But something has to give. We see it, the juvenile who says, hey, you can't touch me because I am a juvenile, and they know that even convicted, they're going to end up in a juvenile facility.
The juvenile crime bill is now under consideration in the state Senate. Certainly there is more debate and argument to be done before anything is voted into law. In Mercer County, Penny Moss, NewsCenter 6.
There are now 2 places in West Virginia for business people to upgrade their technical skills. Computer Learning Centers open today in Charleston and on the campus of the College of West Virginia in Beckley. The State Small Business Development Center opened the offices to provide free individual training so small and new businesses can cut costs and improve efficiency.
Well, it's full steam ahead for a new coke processing plant in Princeton. Coal Technology Corporation just received the green light to issue bonds for $8.5 million. The plant is the first of its kind to produce a new type of coke briquette.
Coke briquettes will be sent to the steel industry, such as Weirton Steel. We have been working with Weirton Steel, as well as Inland Steel and Intermet Foundries, which is located in Virginia. So most all the steel companies will be able to utilize this type of coke.
Construction of the plant is expected this summer, with the first coke bricks to be produced next fall. The plant is expected to provide more than 100 new jobs. Stan?
Yes, like I said before, a winter weather advisory is in effect for tonight and tomorrow, and all the details we'll tell you in a moment.
It's the Soundpost's 20th anniversary, and the savings are spectacular. Since 1975, the Soundpost has offered top-rated audio components and systems at the region's lowest prices. Like Adcom, Bose, Definitive Technology, Kenwood, Klipsch, MTX, Sony, Yamaha, and more. And now, all audio systems, home theater systems, even custom built-in sound for home or business are anniversary sale priced 10% to 40% off. Since 1975, the best for less. At the Soundpost, Stafford Plaza beside Roses, Princeton.
In most American cities, you can find some sort of gang activity going on each day after school. Sometimes it starts out with sticks. Beatings take place. And random shots are usually fired. The Salvation Army programs for youth, giving kids a fighting chance.
Wheel of Fortune is America's game. Spin the wheel, bring the family. Everybody can play. Pat and Vanna will show you the way. Wheel of Fortune is America's game. America's game. Oh yeah. Wheel of Fortune.
Today's financial summary is brought to you by Investment Planning Consultants Incorporated and Robert Thomas Securities.
Super fresh. Acme brings you the freshest produce, meat, and poultry, fresh from the farm each day.
Warm up with Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup, 2 cans, only 89 cents. Hudson cream flour is perfect for your recipes, only $1.09. For that sweet tooth, stock up on delicious Cookie Legends, 2 for only $3. Valleydale Special Trim whole ham is only 89 cents a pound.
Fresh produce, fresh meat, quality products at low prices. It just makes dollars and cents to shop Acme.
Break for Concord College tutors. The workshop for tomorrow has been postponed until next Saturday.
When, of course, I'm sure we'll have another winter storm. They do seem to always hit on the weekends.
Yeah, gee. Well, folks, we don't plan it that way. That's just the way it works out.
Mother Nature does that.
All right, folks, let's jump into it and get moving and show you what we have right now. We have 37 degrees at the Mercer County Airport. and 75% humidity, and as soon as the rain gets here, of course, that goes up right away. The barometer at 29.68, a little bit low and steady at the moment. Look at these winds. South-southeast 12, gusting up to 20 miles an hour, and just a trace of rain since midnight last night. Okay, let's see what Beckley has. They don't have anything at all in their precipitation department. 39 degrees there, the humidity 82%, the barometer at 29.71, a little higher but dropping. Look at these winds, southeast 16, gusting to 27. And I felt a few of them that felt like 35 miles an hour out there. Okay, let's look at some temperatures across the way. 37 in Charleston and Bluefield, 43 in Oak Hill, 39 in Beckley and in Princeton and in Tazewell. Look how warm it is over here in the Pineville, Mullins, Welch area, and Richland. I bet Grundy has about the same thing, almost 50 degrees, 49 there. That's the warmest of the batch we have. 41 in Hinton, 40 degrees in Pulaski, Roanoke, and in Lewisburg, and coldest, 35 degrees down in Whitfield. Crazy, right? Low-pressure storm system. Here is the culprit, folks, the one that's going to be bringing our little brush with moisture. Here it is sitting just southwest of us on the east end of Tennessee and Kentucky. Here it is swooping this air up from the moisture from the south and from the Atlantic and tossing it over the shoulder, running in. All this is running into colder air up here, and it's turning into clouds. And this is the one that's, as soon as it gets east of it, it'll be dumping straight down on us. Here's our next rad that we showed you just a few minutes ago, and you can see this line of moisture here. My gosh, this is almost all rain, see, most of it. But when we get up in the northern parts of here, it changes over to snow, and it's not changing down cold yet, but the whole system is moving to the east and to the south, and it'll be soon hitting us. Now, here it is on a large scale. You can see where it's coming from. It's coming from the southwest rather. Here it moves on up like that. Snow changing into snow when it gets a little farther north there and branches out. And of course, there's a lot of snow up there on the Great Lakes right now. And then tomorrow, yes, tomorrow evening, this thing will be far enough north there that we'll be getting maybe just light snow and flurries by tomorrow evening. But during the day, when this low pressure moves to the east and it starts to trek up along the coast as a nor'easter, well, it'll be dumping pretty good amounts on top of us right now, and that's the big thing we have to worry about. Whoops, let's try this again here. Sunday, all right, flurries. That's about all we're going to get out of this thing because it'll be so far away, circulating this moisture, and low down here doing the same thing, bringing it into the cold air. It'll give us a chance of some light snow or flurries. Okay, now it's time to kick that thing aside. Let's talk about tonight. A winter weather advisory, like we said before, with rain coming in here, mixing with snow or sleet later on, and then after midnight, all snow and some fast winds, folks. Look at this, 10 to 20 miles an hour normal, and then a low expected 28 to 32 degrees. Then tomorrow, a winter weather advisory still in effect for snow showers. Quite a few of them, just plain snow in some places, and very windy. Look at that, 15 to 25 common tomorrow from the northwest. Those are the cold ones, and a high, somewhere probably the morning low will be the high. It'll be dropping down in the afternoon to about low 20s or something like that. Okay, how about tomorrow night? Tomorrow night, well, mostly cloudy and dropping down to a 40% chance of some snow showers and blowing snow because the wind will be kicking it up, see? With a low expected down near 10 above zero. All right, let's look and see what we expect in the future. It's going to get worse than that. We talked about Saturday already. Let's talk about Sunday. Partly cloudy with a chance of snow showers, cold and windy. 15 for the high and the overnight low, 0 to 5. That's true. Monday, a chance of flurries. And Tuesday, a chance of light snow or flurries. And look at those temperatures, 18 degrees, 15 to 20 degrees. Overnight lows, 0 to 5. Tomorrow does not look like a happy traveling day, folks. So get it done as soon as possible. And be super careful if you do have to go out in near blizzard conditions sometimes, I would suspect.
Yeah, it's the wind that's really going to be the tricky part.
Oh, yes.
Add insult to injury. Okay, well, just ahead in sports, Virginia Tech is a little richer today. We'll tell you how they got so lucky.
I'll say they're richer. And Woodrow Wilson looks to regroup following Tuesday night's rare loss on the hard court. Woody?
And Greenbrier East knows it, Kevin. Plus a look at the rest of tonight's hard court action. Coming up next to sports. Don't go away.
Jeopardy's on. Oh, good.
Good for 100, Alex? Collectively, grapes and bananas come in these.
What is a bunch?
What is a bunch?
Beat ya.
Correct.
Tie.
Children's literature for 300. She fell down a rabbit hole.
Alice. Who is Alice?
Yes.
Sitcoms for 400, please.
On the Brady Bunch, she goes to the prom with monkey Davy Jones.
Who is Marcia? Who's Marcia?
Right.
It's always Marcia.
Weeknights at 7:30 on WVVA Television 6. Tonight, all-new arresting television with unsolved mysteries now on Friday. Unlock the amazing secrets of the psychic mind.
Oh, my God.
From dark premonitions to mysterious kinetic powers. Then, on Dateline, a neighborhood feud pushed one family right out of their own home. But how did it happen? And on Homicide, as 3 cops fight for their lives, the manhunt begins.
Bang, bang, bang. Is that what you did? You're lying!
A powerful new Homicide after Unsolved and Dateline. All new arresting television, NBC Tonight.
Wheel of Fortune is a very good game. Spin the wheel, bring the family. Everybody can play. And Anna will show you the way. Wheel of Fortune is America's game. America's game. Oh, yeah. Wheel of Fortune is America's game. Oh, yeah.
These are the stories of America close up on NBC Nightly News. In touch with America. Every night on America Close Up, we'll show you stories that will surprise, inspire, and keep you in touch.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and WVVA Television 6 in New Graham Pharmacy has a special way for you to show how much you care about that special someone. This Monday, WVVA TV will be at New Graham Pharmacy on the corner in downtown Bluefield, Virginia, from 3 to 6 p.m., where you'll be able to record that special message absolutely free. Then be sure to watch Television 6 to see your Valentine's message. Remember, join us Monday, February 6th from 3 to 6 p.m. only at New Graham Pharmacy.
Salvation Army in Princeton crowned its Snowflake Queen this afternoon.
And that's pretty fitting for the day, and they also helped fight cancer in the process. The pageant is a fundraiser for the Salvation Army and the American Cancer Society. The 4 contestants raised more than $600 between them, and that's going to be shared by the 2 agencies.
Each one of the ladies collect money for about 6 weeks. They collect pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, whatever anybody will give them. Then whoever collects the most money, of course, is the queen. 50% goes to the American Cancer Society and 50% to the Salvation Army.
Eileen Tackett was crowned queen for raising the most money. After the coronation, she was serenaded by NewsCenter 6's own Woody Morgan, who sang, "You Are So Beautiful."
And he's going to kick off another stirring rendition of that right now. Hit it.
I tell you what, the folks over there were just great today. Of course, they were asking about you and Kevin and the baby and everything, and they're just so glad to be able to talk to you when they see you every night. You know, and I'm glad we got a chance to do this at 6 because a lot of those folks may be in bed at 11. So they won't see the highlights of what we have coming tonight. In fact, folks, where are we at now? All right, now we're gonna turn this over. We're gonna go right on into sports tonight because we're going to talk to you about the Metro. Because when the West Virginia, not the West Virginia Mountaineers, we are all in trouble here. What I want to tell you is that the Metro Conference and Virginia Tech have come to an agreement as far as what to do with the fact that they were kicked out of the Metro Conference. Now today they're $1 million richer. We're talking about Virginia Tech. Now Athletic Director David Brain announced the settlement with the Metro Conference at the halftime of Thursday's Southern Miss contest. The Metro Conference avoided a lawsuit filed by Virginia Tech and Virginia Commonwealth after both schools were kicked out of the Metro. Brain said it was hard to gauge his reaction because it's the first time in college athletics as something like this has happened.
Do it. It's the first time something like that is going on in college athletics. So how do you know? We had a number in mind and we about hit it. So we felt like we came out real well.
Brain did not say what conference the school will join for all sports except football, where the Hokies play in the Big East. Well, folks, the top-ranked Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles may not be in a good mood tonight when they take the court against the Greenbrier East Spartans. Mark Brown has more on tonight's hard court matchups.
Friday night of action begins in Princeton, where the Tigers host the Pikeview Panthers. 13 days ago, the Panthers and Tigers battled to overtime at Concord Centennial Hall before point guard Mike Nash at his 24 points helped Princeton prevail 53-50. Tonight's rematch figures to be just as close. Tip-off 7:30 at the Tigers gym. Other games tonight, Mount View travels to Oak Hill to pay a visit to the Red Devils. It's been 3 days since the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles lost 62-60 to the Bluefield Beavers. It was a game that Beckley head coach Dave Barksdale just couldn't bear to watch at times. Tonight, Barksdale's mood should be considerably better. The Eagles visit Greenbrier East, the team Barksdale has had his way against. He's a career 21-0 versus the Spartans. In Wyoming County, where the Mullins Gym should be rocking, their neighbors from Pineville come in for a 7:30 tip-off. And across the state line in Virginia, it's the battle for the top spot of the Southwest District as Graham meets Grundy. We'll have highlights of the Princeton and Graham games, plus the Friday night scoreboard, all tonight at 11. Mark Brown, NewsCenter 6 Sports.
Now, when the West Virginia Mountaineers join the Big East Conference next season, they will play an 18-game basketball schedule. The Ears will join Notre Dame and Rutgers in the new 13-team conference. Of course, it was 10 before the latest 3 to join. Now, each team in the conference will play 12 games against all members of the conference, and then they'll play 6 teams twice. Also, the 13 teams will compete in the conference tournament, where all schools will be available to play, and the top 3 will get the seed. And according to the folks down at the Big East, they will also announce next week whether or not there will be 1 or 2 divisions for the Big East. So next year, when the Mountaineers take the court in the Big East, it's not only going to be very, very exciting, but it's going to bring an opportunity for us to see some of the greatest basketball talent in the nation.
I'm confused about the... This is going to be strange.
Yeah,
a big change for them.
It is a big change. It's going to be a big change, not only well from the competition point of view, and also supposed to help them in recruiting. But we'll have to wait and see on that.
All right. Thank you much, Woody.
Okay.
And still ahead, we're going to introduce you to a young woman poised for the big time.
If you like Patsy Cline, you're going to want to catch the talents of Delnora Reed. It's next.
But he tells me he loves me so, each and every day.
If you're really hungry, get to Subway today, because if you love footlongs, you'll really love this deal. For a limited time only at Subway, get 2 regular footlong subs for only $5.99. That means you can get 2 tuna footlongs for $5.99, or 2 steak and cheese footlongs for $5.99, or 2 turkey, or 2 meatball, 2 cold cut combos, 2 BMTs, or mix and match any 2 of our delicious footlongs. This deal won't last forever, so hurry into Subway today.
Tonight, all-new arresting television with unsolved mysteries now on Friday. Unlock the amazing secrets of the psychic mind.
Oh, my God.
From dark premonitions to mysterious kinetic powers. Then, on Dateline, a neighborhood feud pushed one family right out of their own home. But how did it happen? And on Homicide, as 3 cops fight for their lives, the manhunt begins.
Bang, bang, bang. Is that what you did? You're lying!
A powerful new Homicide after Unsolved and Dateline. All new arresting television, NBC tonight.
I was laid off from my job and didn't know where to turn. Then someone told me about the free services offered by Job Service. I filed for unemployment benefits. Job Service counselors tested my aptitudes, helped with my resume, and taught me interviewing skills. Job Service has thousands of job listings, and they know the labor market. They also provide special services for veterans and people with disabilities. Call 1-800-252-JOBS for the office location nearest you.
The outcome of a national talent contest could be the break a Mercer County college student is looking for.
Not only would she win $15,000 in cash, but the chance to appear in television commercials.
Jessica Galati has more on this aspiring country singer.
I go out walking after midnight searching for you.
Singing a cappella for us today, 18-year-old Delnora Reed mimics her country music idol, Patsy Cline.
I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me.
Since early childhood, making it just as big has been a dream.
I want to go to the limit. There is no limit as far as goals are concerned. I want to be a country singer. I want to become a member of the Grand Ole Opry. You know, after one goal is completed, I want to move on to another one.
She got a taste of Nashville just last week during the regional rounds of MasterCard International's MasterCard Acts, a national talent competition involving 100 colleges and universities. She and one other student were chosen from a batch of 18 to go on to the finals. The winning number, What's a Girl Like Me to Do?
My dad wrote it. That makes it special already. We're performing this song when I walk out on that stage and people are cheering and clapping, especially the way they did in Nashville. Oh, that feeling is overwhelming. You can't explain a feeling like that.
I should know
Reed's singer-writer dad and opera singer mom didn't take the ambitious teen's career goals seriously until 3 years ago. That's when this CD titled Del Nora hit local music stores. Her next chance for exposure, success, even fame is just 2 weeks away when the final round of MasterCard Acts gets underway in Anaheim, California. Until then, she'll balance the normal daily college grind, studies and friendships, with lots of time to practice, perfect, and polish up.
And as the skies turn gloomy...
In Mercer County, Jessica Galati, NewsCenter 6.
Oh, best of luck to her. She sounds wonderful. I think she's great. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.
You have been watching NewsCenter 6, the region's most watched newscast.
Nicole Simpson's sister Denise on the stand.